Welcome back to Mercury Farms for episode 12 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, it's nearly 20 past 8 in the morning and we are on phase 2 of having a field day. We need to finish off field 40. What I'm going to do is lease, because I haven't got a big enough tractor at the moment, I'm going to, do I lease or buy? Actually, let's have a look. I need to get something big enough, 1 to plough and 2 to pull the planter that I'm going to probably lease at the moment. So I want to go a little bit bigger than what we've got. In all honesty, actually, we can probably sell the ones we've got because we're going to probably go bigger anyway. So let's sell that. We are going to need to lime as well at some point. And we're going to get a planter because we're going to put corn in that field. So first things first then. Let's look at the larger tractors. They're not cheap. Oh, you know what? What's the biggest? 336. That might be quite cool. I'm going to do a bit of ploughing first, so I might just start off with twins, just because it looks cool. Don't necessarily need it for the ploughing, but you know what? Let's get a bigger tractor. Do I want to purchase it? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's get a new tractor. I said way back on Ravenport about getting a Deutz-Fahr. I love the way they look, I love the way they sound, and the cab interior on these is just, it's like luxury. It's incredible. Right, so what we also need then is a plough. Now I'm going to try and use the Neo disc again. That should allow me to create fields. So, and it's kind of fairly straight, that's why I'm thinking about it. I know it's more of a... I mean, it's a heavy disc, isn't it, really, rather than a plough? But it can be used. We'll give it a go. Let's lease it, and we'll see how we get on. So, let's jump in this. Have a look in here. Look at it. It's just awesome, isn't it? Very light and airy. I've always got that kind of feeling with the Deutz-Fahrers. Anyway, that looks awesome, the twins. Probably need to be... I know it will hook up from there, but I need to straighten up a little bit, I think. There we go. 19. Hook up. Let's get the beacons on, because now we're rolling. Actually, something I didn't check. I don't think, is the warrior option available? I think that's only available in the 7 series, isn't it? We'll double check, because I might have just made a gaff. Yeah, that's alright. I'm going to go that way, I think. Up through Mercury hilltop. I never get that right, I don't know why. That's a little bit wide for the road, isn't it? Cool. New tractor on Mercury, let's do it. Oh, what I should have done. Just cut a gap in... Oh no, that's the wrong field, isn't it? Don't want to cut a gap in that hedge. That's not mine. I'll turn the beacons off now, actually. Now, rather than me taking ages trying to dig out all the bushes or landscaping them out, you know, as I did in the last episode, somebody did say if you plough they will just go. So what we're going to do, we'll try it. If it doesn't work, that's not a problem, we'll just come back and try again. So... the other thing is, because I've been on holiday, I've completely forgotten what all the buttons do on my SATEC. 5 unfold. There we go. It was number 5. This actually matches up with the Deutz-Fahrer really well. Just like so. Let's get the menu open. Let's just check something. Allow create fields. 9. Okie dokie. I need to drop this down because I need to get this lined up. So this is where we see. Right, let's get some lights on because it is early morning and the light's coming from there. Because it's shining towards us, we're in darkness. If I turn round, absolutely fine. Trying to make sure this line's right. Well, it's right as it can be anyway. It does. That's fantastic. I've got to keep this line as straight as I can, really. Okay, right. Let's do this. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight. So about, let's go to about there, I think. Let's raise that up. Is that raised up or not? There we go. what I've got to make sure, or at least try and do, is line it up a little bit. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Just like I say, we can tidy that up. Drop that down. I can kind of follow the hedge. There is a bit of leeway to go a bit wider here, because there is quite an edge around the field, so I think maybe the other section I could probably go a bit wider on that as well. That'll do. Raise it up. Okay, that's fairly straight. No, I know I probably don't need twins on this. I mean, to be fair, it'll give me the traction I need for pulling the plough. But I could have got away with wides and wides with weights and that kind of stuff. Drop it down. I really have got to stop mumbling to myself. I do it a lot. I noticed when I was editing the video the other day, when I'm thinking, I'm sort of mumbling away to myself. So I say this bit up here I can probably go a little bit wider. As you can see yesterday when I was doing all the work, what I did do was come in and do a little bit of landscaping here just to give myself an entrance, because obviously the hedge was originally there and the grass just went straight up there, so I just came in and did just a little bit of light landscaping just to give me a kind of entrance way. So what should I do? Should I make it a bit wider? Yeah, why not? I'm not going to go mad, but just, you know, a little bit do, I think. Drop that down. And that straightened that off quite nicely, actually. Why not? Make the field a bit bigger while we're here anyway. So what I'm going to do now is, like I did in yesterday's episode, I'm going to continue on, because obviously the ploughing, it's not going to take too long actually, but I'm going to plough this out, and then we need to lime this part of the field. I don't think we need to lime the new bit, do we? I need to double check that actually. We'll have a look at that. I may need to cultivate this, because I don't think the seeder or the planter I'm going to use is a direct drill. So I think I'm going to have to, probably, it's not too bad actually. Let's have a quick check on this. Oh, it does. So all the new bit I'm ploughing out is going to need liming as well. Ooh. Okay, so I'll plough it all out first, then I'll lime it all. I do want to slurry it, like I say, I want to try and all get it done in this episode if I can. So what I think I'm going to do, let's roll back the cruise control, drop that down. Actually I think, oh no, let's drop it down to about 10, drop that down. Cruise control on. I might slow that down just a little bit. Might give me a little bit more control, and then I'm thinking what I can do, it's not going to be pretty, but try and do it using my side panel. So when I get to the end, actually I might knock that back a little bit more. Just lift it and turn if I can. Lift it. I'm not going to turn around in time then without hitting the hedge. So what I'll do, because the turning circle's quite wide, bring that on, drop it down. And what I'll do is do passes round inside each other and then they'll all meet up. That's the plan. It'll be fine. Right, I'll see you in a bit when this is ploughed, and then we'll get on with lime and then fertilising, then planting. Like I say, do want to get it all done. Okay, so we are done. What I'm going to do now is take the plough back. We need to sort out what I'm going to use for lime spreading. I can get lime down here at the main farm, so we'll do that. Let's get the cruise control back out. Get the lime spread. And then we'll look at, I'm pretty sure the seed roll wants not direct drill, but we'll check that in a minute. So I'll head back to the store with this, drop off plough. That field looks so different now with all the trees gone and that all ploughed out. It's actually a fair sized field. Happy with that. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so I've gone with the Braydale K165. It's probably way bigger than I need. I'm probably not going to need to fill this up either. I could have gone with a smaller one, but I've used them before. So we want... But the cover's going to open the wrong side, isn't it? This always happens. Oh no. Makes a change, doesn't it? Fertiliser, yes please. This is going to be pricey. How much do I need? No. I'm supposed to be liming, not fertilising. Okay, let's see if I can... Think. Oh, bear with me 1 minute. I'm going... Let me sell it. I'll try that. Back in a minute. That was a mistake. Right, we'll try that again. Right, what I did, I went back over to the garden centre, unloaded and then pushed the pallets into the sell point there, 4 pallets, and we sold the fertiliser back. That was a mistake. Right, open that. Click on that. Oh, why is that not giving me the option for line? That's weird. Let's do liming, doesn't it? Oh, lime in the other one. Okay, whatever. Right, I need to probably fill this up because I was thinking fertiliser, but lime, this is probably going to need to be full, isn't it? Because I'm going to need a lot of it. What's this hold? 18,000 litres, something like that, isn't it? Something like that. We've got the whole field limed. I want to use the new slurry spreader with the like the drop hose, drag hose from the horse pack. So I need to get onto it. Fantastic. Let's close that. Let's head up to the field. Sheep are producing at a colossal rate. I haven't got that many of them. So the question now is, lime doesn't go as wide as fertiliser, and I've got used to fertilising. So what we'll do, let's open this up. I went with the 6 metre spreading unit as well, just makes life a lot easier. Let's hire a worker and see what happens. So I'm not quite sure how well it's going to turn around at the other end, but we'll see. We may need to refill again, but that's not the end of the world either. Funny to think, a day ago this was all trees and bushes and... Oh, what's it going to do? Right, so I'll just... Actually, you know what I'll do? If I run a strip this way as well, at either end, do like a headland, then it should turn around a little bit easier, shouldn't it? He says, should, being the optimal word there. We're catching the edge, just about. Fantastic, right. What I'll do while the worker's going along, I'm probably going to check the seeding situation, the planting situation. I'm going to need a planter. I want to use one of the new ones from the horseback as well. Probably the Maestro SW2475, 18 metres plant width. It will seed and fertilise, but neither of those, none of these. Of course, planters aren't direct drills, are they? Which means I am going to have to cultivate that field first. Not a problem, I'm still going to use that planter though, the Maestro SW24. And then we'll... Yeah. So I need to cultivate in between. That's not a problem. Right, next time I come across this side, I'll do another strip up that way as well. Doesn't matter, the field's pretty much square I think, so... Realistically, it doesn't really matter which way I run at this. I don't think. Anyway, right, so this will continue. I'll see you in a minute once the liming's done. And then maybe we need to cultivate, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Actually, I could get on with cultivating now, couldn't I? Well, that's working. If I jump out, go and get one of the tractors, so I've got the smaller cultivator, I'll get on with that straight away. There's a plan. Okay, so we didn't quite catch it in time. I had something of an issue trying to take the bag lifter off the front, or the strap attachment now. I pressed detach, and the cross section that lifts up the bags with that I've been using for wood and lumber and whatever, with the straps, catapulted off into another field for some reason. Don't know why. So that was a bit of a problem. I had to go and find that in the cornfield. So by the time I found it and got back, the liming was pretty much complete. What I will do, I think, from here, I mean, I suppose I could cultivate the whole thing, couldn't I? I don't really need to. Let's do a diagonal. Cut right across the field. It's probably too far, isn't it? Because I only need to cultivate the left-hand side. This side's alright with the lime on it, because it's kind of smooth already. Oh, mind you though, that will still need to be... Oh, I shouldn't have done this job. Doesn't matter. It probably all needs to be done. So while that's happening, next step, do I seed or slurry next? Let's check the field for... That's good. Soil composition. There's odd little bits that look like they're fertilised, but maybe not. That's peculiar, isn't it? Ah, okay, right. So we're definitely gonna need to fertilise. Right. Okay then. So same with this. Bear with me. Let's get this cultivated. Drop that down. While that's doing that, I'm going to go and grab the slurry spreader, because I want to do some slurrying. Probably going to do some slurrying on Marwell Manor Farm as well, because I haven't done much slurrying, and now we've got Sengstock Slurry Emporium, and on this map there's slurry anyway, so I might as well. Why does this not work this side of the field? The other thing was, did I say it already? Did I just say it or think it? Didn't come across a single tree stump. So when we were doing it all and ploughing it all out, we did get every single tree stump. I didn't find one, so it's a bit of a result. Okay. As far as lime goes, I think there's just under one container's worth in here. What we got? 1,972 litres left. So what I'm going to do is unload that at the yard, because it could come in handy at some point. And let's go and get a slurry spreader. Now again, the whole concept of doing different maps in different ways. And Marwell Manor, I'm trying to scrape by, making every penny I can. I say scrape by, I've kind of got to a point now where we're actually making pretty good money on Marwell. But things like leasing frivolously, I mean, I suppose it's not frivolous. But like with this, I just leased it literally for doing this job. And then that was it. So you stop and think, well, that is kind of a waste. But I know one load of trees, one water delivery, you know, like we found before on this map, I can make that money back in no time. So it really isn't the end of the world if I lease something, if it doesn't work, or only use it once, or, you know, it kind of helps out in that way. So let's unload that, put that over. Did it go over? Okay. Let's take this back. I'll move that in a minute. No, I don't want that open. Okay, so while the field is being cultivated, I'm up at the biogas plant, because in all the trips I've done up here, putting slurry into there and manure into there has produced digestate. So rather than going buying slurry, I thought, well, I'll come up to the digestate tank and I can use that instead. I have leased the slurry tank 21,000 tracked and the drag hose 36 from the horse pack. Now there are larger slurry spreaders, absolutely, tank wise, width-wise, 36 metres is the biggest we've got at the moment, but there are large tank capacities. But I wanted to try this one out, and it's got tracks, and you know. So what I've also done is grab one of the lorries, and I've got the Garant FRC field container that holds 55,000 litres. So I'll take this up, and that can start spreading. I'll bring this up and plonk that by the side of the field, and then when that empties, I can fill up from that. Now I could have used a tanker, but the tanker that we've got in game at the moment is only 30,000 litres, so I thought the field container kind of made sense. It was kind of a better option. So what we'll do, we'll jump in there, click that. We've got 131,000 litres available, so let's start filling up with digestate. That's that done. I say this map was always about me just playing, you know, just trying out stuff, and new bits of equipment have come out and things that I just want to have a go with, you know. Why not? I do want to use the Samson, so what I'm probably going to do on Mercury and Marwell Manor Farm, when I come to do slurrying on there, I'm probably going to use the Samson spreaders. Let's put that under there. No, this should actually fill up. Let's swing around. Actually, there is a poop tube. We should be able to see it on there as well. Or maybe we won't. Let's have a look. Digestate, start. There we go. That's filling up. Can you see on the tube? No. So both of these will go to field 40, and then we can get on with doing that. Because that's a byproduct of selling slurry and manure here, technically it's free. We got paid for the slurry and the manure. As you saw overnight, I think I did one load yesterday and I got paid 25 grand. So again, no brainer. I think what we'll do is go straight across up the hill, bang a left. I shouldn't have pulled it in front of that. Okay, see up there in a minute. The field tank is dropped off. The New Holland is finishing off. Well, I say finishing off. It's doing the ploughed side now. I did all the rest. I thought, why not? Plus, it will be easier to see. I mean, to be fair, it probably would have just gone over the top of the lining anyway. But we'll do a strip down this way. Let's open this up. 36 metres is going to be wider than I think, so I'll probably have to go a little bit more. Let's back up a bit. Give the New Holland room. I knew it was going to do that. That's frustrating. Right, okay, let's turn that around. Some stuff there as well. What I might do is do another diagonal this way. I think where it did the first half of the field across the diagonal, it's cut into it a little bit and it's struggling to pick up the line, so let's do it that way and see how it gets on. You may get to the end down here and say that it's workers complete again. I don't know, we'll see. I'll have a fiddle around. Right, so kind of lined up. Probably could do come over a little bit still. So believe it or not, since November when this game came out, this is the first time of me slurrying. Incredible, isn't it? So, what we'll do, let's hire a worker. That is incredible. Big Papa C did message me and say you've got to do slurrying because the texture is amazing. It actually looks wet, and it does. That is fantastic. I like that a lot. That's brilliant, although we are going to get through this at quite a rate. That being said though, why is that not? There we go. That being said, 36 metre spread is actually take that up, do one that way. That is, I love that. That's such a cool texture. I know it's a bit kind of uniform, you know, when you can see it looks a bit there's a kind of set pattern in there you can see, but even so, I think it's because I haven't done cows to a huge degree or pigs to a huge degree, so I haven't had a lot of slurry on hand. It's only recently with this map that there's slurry available, and with Sengstock's slurry mod, it does mean that that's available too, so it kind of changes things somewhat. How cool is that? Yeah, this is going to run out really soon. I'm probably going to have to go back and fill up the field container as well, aren't I? Because that's not even 2 strips. And that other one only holds 55, so oh no, I'll get another 2 loads out of that, won't I? To be fair. Stop there. I'm in the way. Sorry, I just got the way. There you go. That actually worked out perfectly, didn't it? So what I'll do, swing this round, we'll put this last 2,000 litres will probably just vanish, but if I do this little strip here, then we'll whiz back up, refill. Very nice indeed. Okay. Come on, don't run out before I do that a little bit. Right, fold that. Let's get back up there and refill. No, I could have just dropped the drag hose. See, I should have done that, shouldn't I? I could have just dropped off the drag hose off the back, but actually makes more sense. Right. This should just be a case of pulling up alongside and it overloading, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Let's try. There we go. L3, and we are overloading from the fill container. Fantastic, right, okay. So, again, this will continue. Let's get this slurried. Get the cultivating finished. And we are going to be good to go. Right. I'm going back over to the cultivator because that's kind of decided it's stopped. That's really cool. I know it sounds a bit daft, but you know. I'm blown away by that. That's brilliant. Oh, there we go. Anyway, let's crack on, shall we? I'm just very quickly overloading what's left in the slurry spreader back into the field container, because it's possible the garden centre does it does accept digestate as a product, so it's possible that what I've got left in this tank I could sell. We did manage to do the whole field with only a little bit left. And what, that's 7,000 litres? 20,000? What? How'd that work out? My maths is well off. 24. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Okay, so we might be able to sell that little bit. I'm going to whiz that down to the garden centre and try and sell it. Field is completely slurried and fertilised, so now it's on to seeding. We're going to go and get one of the planters and get corn in that field, which was the end goal for phase 2. That's the plan. So what I've done now, I've bought the Vaderstat FH2200 front seed kind of expansion tank, but it can be seed or fertiliser, and I've leased the Horsch Maestro 2475. The front tank, if we put seed in that, should balance out the seed to fertiliser ratio, which can often be, it can be off a little bit. I don't know why, but it can be sometimes. Just open the cover. Where's it working? And go. Let's put seed in that. And close the cover. Fantastic. And switch to implement. Yeah, the ratios, it's always something I've said quite a lot. The ratio of seed to fertiliser in most seeders and planters seems to be really off, and I don't know why. Right, let's fill up seeds. Because the ratio you use far less seed to fertiliser, so I've never been quite sure why that's been off. But anyway, not to worry. I need to change tank. How do I do that? So what I'm going to do is stop there, because that's way more than I need. Right, close cover, fold. Let's get to the field. That took way longer than it needed to. We're on corn, so that's good. Sheep have made a huge amount of mess again. So whilst they are producing wool at quite a good rate, they are making a mess just at an equal rate. Okie dokie. So let's open this up. Now this requires 270 horsepower, I think, to pull, so we've got plenty on the door, it's fine. I think we're good to go. Right. Now what I am curious about is whether or not this will fertilise again, because it's just had slurry on the ground, and sometimes, but we are changing the state, so what I need to do is check the map. Yep, it's going dark, that's fantastic. So we've slurried, now we're seeding and fertilising, so it's on dark blue. I won't have to do anything else with this field. I'm getting some weird patches though, where I think it's pretty much everywhere that I put the mulcher down. If you look at the light patches, you can see those. I've got light patches here where all the fence posts were up that diagonal. Everywhere I put the mulcher down, I've got these weird bits, and I think these are where there were stumps for trees. They seem to have just left and after, you know, don't know what it is really. Anyway, this was what I was intending to do. This is what I wanted to get done. Get the corn in the ground. So phase 2 accomplished. Well, it'll be accomplished when the whole field's done, but just wondering whether or not, I don't think I'm going to use all of this seed and fertiliser. Fertiliser I definitely won't. Seed potentially. It's not that huge a field, but it's big enough. Like I say, what we'll do is we'll do a silage harvest once the corn is grown. We'll get out here with the forage harvester and we'll get that all over to the biogas plant, into one of the silos, and then we'll sell it the biogas, make a bit of money on that as well. Just get myself an edge all the way around, and then the workers should be fine to turn around without hitting hedges and stuff like that. And with that, I think we have come to the end of this episode. We did everything we set out to do. The field looks completely different to when we started. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've used a few different bits of equipment I wanted to try out. The field container I've used on 17 a few times. I wanted to use the horse slurry spreader. I wanted the slurry, I haven't done that for a while. Wanted to use this new equipment from the horse pack. So using this one's quite cool. If you have enjoyed it, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.